Hello and welcome to the Open Book. This is your host Lakeisha. Make sure you hit the like button on your way in. Also, if you would like to support this channel, you're welcome to send a super thanks, a cash app, or buy a coffee, and those links are in the description field of this video. Now, Holly or Quadasia Johnson has been quiet since the unaliving of Romeca Meeks Blackman. Now, we have probably heard by now that allegedly Holly had a restraining order on Romeca. Okay. Now, during the time when she originally got this restraining order, it was in December of 2024. And I will, during this video, show you all the chain of events that happened after she started that process. Now, allegedly, this was one of the restraining orders that you can print online, and go and probably have it notarized and submit it to the court. Well, there were some videos that Romeca was putting out around December and also around April. And I want you all to pay attention because these could have been reasons why Holly did not let it go. After Romeca was not served, she kept on making sure that she kept with this process. Okay. We also have to consider that Holly was pregnant during the time that she got this restraining order. Okay. Now, Nigel Hall, during her video on yesterday, brought up something that I wasn't aware of, that allegedly the restraining order not only covered Holly, but it also covered her baby. Now, that could have been because she was pregnant at the time. And so when you're pregnant, if you have a restraining order, well, that's probably going to cover your baby. Hence, during the event when Romeca was unalive, allegedly the baby was also in the back seat of the car. Now, if I have this restraining order, okay, and it covers me and my child, then if she took that to the police station and presented that to the officers or whoever, the investigators, she could have said, I was trying to protect me and my baby inside of the car. Now, one thought is, did Holly bring this baby along to have that extra layer of evidence, I should say, to help with a self-defense claim, basically? Okay, so let's take a walk. First, I want to show you all the video where it outlines the whole restraining order process and when Romeca was served these papers.
My research does lead to the northwestern suburbs of Illinois. However, she tried to get a stalking no contact emergency order. As you can see, that was denied. Okay, you see right here, it says denied. So right here, denied. Stalking no contact emergency order was denied on that day. Okay. And then they continued the petition for a no contact order for another day. All right. And so they issued the summons out on December 16th. They say they went out to try to give it to Romeca. However, it was returned, not served. Okay. So they continued the hearing and they heard the hearing and they issued an alias summons. Okay. The sheriff went out on January 12th and the summons came back, returned no service on the 14th. They had another open call court date. Okay. Petition was allowed for a hearing. All right. Then on February 17th, the petition was returned, not served. Okay. They tried to serve her on February the 13th, but she wasn't available. And I will go over that as well. Okay. So they continued the hearing again. All right, all the way out in Skokie without Romeca's knowledge because she hasn't been served. Here we are, back on March 17th of 2025. She still has service. The summons are not served. Okay, they said they went out on February 25th. All right, and they weren't able to serve because they weren't able to contact her. They go out when they can. They don't have a specific time unless you know when or where the person will be. And so it doesn't sound like Cordesia knew much about Romeca or that Carlos told her much about Romeca because she had to issue, as you see here, March 20th, order for publication. And so that simply means that you put this order of protection in a newspaper or another public publication. That's the word. And that will be considered that person's notice. All right. And so the judge allowed another hearing, okay, on the order, the petition, and then she had to sign, and I mean Quadesia Johnson, had to sign an affidavit for service by publication. And so that's just stating that she's swearing and attesting that she publicized this notice in some kind of newspaper article so that um, Romeca or anyone else can view or see this. So then you see another continued hearing in May, on May 8th. Okay. And then May 28th, certificate of publication was filed. All right. Then finally, June 13th, 2025, the summons came back served. So Romeca was finally served. Party was served. Okay. So she was served on June 11th, 2025. You see this? Date served June 11th, 2025 to party respondent Romeca Blackman. All right. And so they had another hearing 5 days later. That's not really giving you much time if you're just getting served, on the 11th, you're trying to be somewhere like a week later. And so they extended the no contact order because once you're served, then they considered that, now you're under and have an order once you're served. But until you're served, it's like the order, you have an order, but you don't have an order until the person is notified. You have an order, but the person isn't notified. It's not really going to be like, like violations, you know what I mean? But a crime is a crime. But yeah, whatever. Anyway, because that's just too much iffy area. So they're expecting her to come out to Skokie, okay, July 14th at this continued hearing. Apparently she missed a hearing, so they had a default judgment put on the order of protection for her to be under this order until July 14th of 2027. Now, a lot of people don't know that all you have to do is petition the court and have the court hear a motion to dismiss this order. Or some people feel like it's no big deal because I'm not going to see her. I don't mess with her. I don't talk to this person or whatever. So it's all real petty. But when people have nefarious things behind what they do, you do not want them to have any type of thinking in their mind, because I've had women do it to me. They have this sick, distorted thing in their mind that they have these papers on you and that they could do whatever and you can't be here, you can't do this, you can't do that. It's not true. You have a right to be in any public place that you're at except for their residence. And then you know where you're not supposed to be. But it gets really dangerous when people who don't mean you no good go and get these type of orders. Because then you'll see them yelling in the street, talking about they have a concealed carry when it has nothing to do with anything. Hey, Doug, how are you? So, this is really crazy. Because again, in Illinois, you have a duty to retreat unless you're in your home. And the video of the police response was just so appalling. It was just so sick. Okay, I'm gonna go over that just one moment.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Carlos. Happy birthday to you. How old are you? How old?
Debating if I'm still one of them ones. Is the fruit roll up sticky? Nothing's changed over here. I heard bitches was debating if I'm still one of them ones. Is the fruit roll up sticky?
Is it possible that Holly Johnson used her own baby as bait?
At another point, I got some screenshots from another source, and they corroborate this version right here. And they say that Holly's baby was in the back seat of her car, and Romeca was going for one of the windows. And so if that baby was in the back seat and she's going for the window, and keep in mind the restraining order protects Holly and her baby, I'm just trying to understand how we could go from a physical fight to a gun.
You just flip through truth with the open book. If you felt that heat, like share and stay locked in. Another chapter done, but we far from finished. Truth on the mic, yeah, we handle business. Real talk, no fluff, just facts and fire. From the book to the block, we taking it higher. The open book, every voice matters, every lie shatters. Catch you next page.